Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to stream B of the International 8. We are in the group stage, and we are going to be seeing Winstrike versus Mineski. Mineski earlier played against IG. The score right now is 1-1. This is going to be the first series for Winstrike. And I am Luminous, joined by none other than the SEA guru,
Hello.
Winter Chan.
Hello, David Zhang.
Yes.
So Winstrike hasn't played a game today. Mineski has a 1-1 score so far.
Yes.
And first ban Ursa. I'm actually a big fan of that. I think Ursa is like one of the strongest and most OP heroes right now. Because you can play him in all roles. Technically all roles. Off lane, mid, carry, support position 4, not position 5. So he's a hero that I think abuses the lanes because the meta right now is mostly about laning base. You have to come out good in the laning phase, otherwise you just get bullied all the way. And Undying Necrophos, these are heroes that are also very popular in the current meta. Annoying heroes, they are very strong lane heroes.
Can you talk a little bit about Chen? Just kind of follow up the logic.
Chen, I'm not sure though. I think it's a bit similar to Ench, but you're not as strong as the Enchantress early, but you're stronger than her later when you group up and push.
Well, the danger I feel like with Chen pick is that one of your lanes is going to have one hero getting bullied for a while, right?
I mean, you can just go to the lane and deny creeps like a normal hero at the start.
And then disappear in the jungle.
Obviously, it's not that ideal, but I think that's what you do now as Chen.
Okay.
You wait for the camps to spawn, then you grab a creep, and you come back and destroy the lane.
Okay, we're going to see the MP first pick. Another hero that technically, similar to Ursa, could fulfill many different roles. What is the most popular way to play Prophet right now? Still position 3 or...?
Any role that you find fits the team though. We've seen carry Prophet, mid Prophet, offlane Prophet, support Prophet. Prophet is like everywhere, and he's a lane bullier. I think that's a point that I want to stress out a lot. Right now in the current meta, you need to pick heroes that can bully the lane. So you secure the lane and you put a lot of pressure on the towers, because as a Prophet, you win the lane, you take towers with your creeps.
Okay.
It's similar to Wraith King. That's why Wraith King is also a very hot hero right now. You have a stun, you have the skeletons to push down towers, kind of like a Helm of Dominator. After you win your lane, and you can just take the tower very quickly, you put a lot of pressure on the enemy team, and you're also a core. I've been telling you before this that Dota right now, it feels like it's just 3 lanes. There's no
roles. There's no 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, there's no off lane or safe lane. It feels that way. It just feels like you have 3 cores, you have 3 lanes, and you just play from there. You don't really need stuns that much anymore, because I feel like winning a lane is very important right now, to the fact that you can offset the balance of your draft to not have stuns. Because you win your lane, you can just itemize later if you have a lacking in terms of the disable. But Wraith King, on the other hand, it does provide you with a stun, and yeah, it fulfills a lot of the criteria that I mentioned earlier, which is how Dota is being played right now.
You focus a lot on the skeletons. One of the off lanes that could actually give you push. When I was talking to Ali earlier, he was stressing on how much damage that he could do with skeletons as well. Yeah, you blink in, you stun, you make skeletons, and suddenly that's 400 or 500 DPS.
That's wrong. You have to make the skeletons first
and then blink. Okay.
Because the skeletons attack the target you stun.
True.
If you can do it, you should always summon first, then stun after.
That's
a small thing that I think a lot of people don't know how the skeleton works with the stun.
That's a tip for the boys at home and the girls.
Thank you, Lumi. Okay. Very informative.
Yeah, we are here. We are students of the game, or at least I am. Winter solving it.
The learning never stops.
Yeah, the learning never stops.
So Dark Wheeler is also a hero that's been on the rise recently after the buffs. Very flashy support hero. Being banned out in the first phase, and Winstrike follows up with a Klings after seeing the Wraith King CM. Klings is also a hero that I feel I don't know how I feel about it, because some teams prioritize a lot on the hero. They feel that the hero is strong. I feel like Klings is a bit of a hero that's in the uncertainty area for me, because you can easily bully the Klings if you can play Brew. There's like Klings, you don't really want to play the hero if you have a bad laning phase,
Okay, so you're you understand the power of this hero, but what you are not sure about is how do you get through the laning phase, or
some bad matchups? I feel it's very dangerous. Like he can easily get a bad laning phase. That's how I feel about the hero.
I mean, on paper he's a very strong laning hero with the orb harassing.
Yeah, but he has a lot of like matchups where you don't really want to play. So I feel like Brood is one of them. Then he can easily be bullied, and he's not the greatest like because it's all about dual lanes right now.
Sure.
Maybe not all about dual lanes, but mostly about dual lanes. Klinks is not that strong in a dual lane because you don't have stun. And it depends on what kind of lanes that you're being put up against as well. He can be a strong dual laner if you're not up against like a very aggressive dual lane from the enemy team.
So what if the matchup we see here is Wraith King, Crystal Maiden against your Klinks? You just want to avoid that, right? Because it seems like a pretty hard one for you to...
I think it's pretty decent because you can use the first skill, what's it called? Strafe? To dodge the stun.
Okay.
So I think that's pretty useful for sure in the laning phase. It still depends on his partner though. I think if the Prophet is a position 5, so you have this Klinks Prophet lane against Wraith King CM, I think they can actually win that lane.
Okay.
The Klinks becomes a strong lane, if you put it that way.
Okay. So now it's up to Mineski to kind of react. Wraith King most likely going to be Ice's hero. We haven't seen Wraith King being anything...
Wraith King can be a carry.
Right, but we haven't seen that yet, right? Yeah. So we've mostly seen the position 3.
Yeah, Tiny can be a carry, can be a mid, so it's still quite ambiguous for Mineski right now. They're just like trying to pick heroes that can use this aura really well and some wave kill against the Prophet. It's very, very important to have heroes that can clear out the treants in the early game. So, and it also, like I said, it's an ambiguous pick. You still don't know the lanes, what is happening, and I've seen Wraith King tiny supports in the past, but I don't know if Mineski is gonna do it here. I remember before they did like the tiny support, but I'm not sure if it's still good right now in the current meta. So we have to see what they do after this. But Venge is a hero that I feel is really, really strong right now. Good synergy with the Klinks, armor reduction, aura, physical damage.
I want to talk a little bit more about the armor reduction because I feel like Tiny these days don't actually get armor, right? They go for like Blink, Echo, Shadow Blade, Echo Saber. None of that gives you armor. And,
apart from your ultimate.
Yeah. And maybe we're going to see Tiny forced to go back to the old school AC build.
AC, or maybe you can pick a support that can help with that. Who does? Lich. But don't see Lich too
Wyvern
much.
Maybe? Wyvern.
Oh, Wyvern's pretty good too.
Technically very good against
Wyvern's
Klinks.
actually pretty good now.
Yeah.
Because it's good with their lineup with the CM. And it's good against, like you mentioned, against the physical damage of things, Venge. Decent against the Prophet split push.
Yeah.
It's a hero that I feel it's very, very useful in a lot of situations. I'm a Wyvern fan. Especially against like those aura-based lineup. Like a lot, you used to see a lot of Wyvern pick against Beastmaster because you buy Necrobolt.
Right.
Then the ulti becomes
Winstrike.
Very good.
Very strong. Yeah, very strong spell.
There you go. The one nice thing about Wyvern as well is that you basically take away all of Klinks' DPS. He strafe and then you ult.
Yeah,
you just counter the
hero. You basically
hero.
force Klinks to have to go on you first. Because you just make it so difficult for him to kill anyone. So generally against that, I think you want to have Silencer against a Wyvern if possible, but I'm not sure.
Silencer is very bad against Wraith King, right? Like,
yeah, but it does counter the Wyvern. But right now, I'm not sure if they can go for it because Silencer seems to be one of the go-to, like Silencer and Lion. They're both the go-to position 5, and as well as the Venge. But I think Venge can be played on 4 as well. A support that's been given more amount of resource in the game.
I feel like Winstrike might want to pick up a tankier support because the way I'm seeing is that this is a free game for Tiny. Everywhere he goes, he finds kills.
Dies. Yeah.
So
that's true.
I think you want to pick up something a little bit tankier. But that's just focusing on one tiny aspect of the draft. So
tanky heroes, yeah.
We see in the Abaddon. Is that the direction we want to go?
Abaddon
is like, I don't know, it's weak though.
Okay, Death Prophet. Pretty good lane for Death Prophet. Nothing right now deals too well against her.
They're going all in on this physical damage. Like Death Prophet is a lot of it is physical. It's good synergy with the Venge, but it just feels like this Wyvern pick is getting stronger.
Sure. I mean, technically, Venge could swap somebody out of a bad curse situation, but you generally don't want to be in that spot in the first place.
What I'm feeling right now is we're likely gonna see like this Venge and Prophet being the support duo, and they're gonna pick another. Like I guess it's really open for them for Winstrike, but they have to pick first, and Mineski are the ones having the last pick here, so they can actually react towards whatever Winstrike is throwing at them. And like I mentioned, it's still quite ambiguous. Tiny can go carry, Tiny can go mid. Wraith King can go off lane, can go carry, but we've seen I think mostly off lanes right now.
I feel like Winstrike, their draft is really lacking a way to start the team fight. I don't think you can really rely on your Venge stunning
Yeah.
or swapping, right?
You
So-
kind of want to swap to save heroes in most cases.
Yeah, so I'm feeling like more of a traditional. I know you said there's no like lanes anymore, but like a traditional off laner that could jump in and stun and start the
Or
fight.
screw it and just pick all for the lanes, you know, just pick a strong
Sure,
lane.
sure.
What strong
Bounty
laners are there?
Hunter was the ban for Mineski. That's very interesting.
10 seconds remaining.
I guess CM and Wyvern, you're
5 seconds remaining.
prone to getting harassed and killed by the bounty. I'm not sure about this. Maybe it has something to do with their last pick.
Turn to pick.
Okay, Brewmother ban.
I mean, it's a good ban. Like I mentioned, Klings you don't really want to play against Druid.
Any possibility of the Venge being a carry Venge? And
It's definitely possible,
Pick up a
but
support.
I'm not too big of a fan of it. The other thing they could do with the draft is pick a Drow.
okay, yeah,
So they have this Drow
5
bench
range.
that's 5 range, but
really squishy, dude.
yeah, but everyone
10
dies to
seconds
Tiny.
remaining.
But I don't know. I don't know what they can pick to like to deal with this
5
Tiny now. Like
seconds
any
remaining.
tanky heroes. Life Stealer, but Life Stealer would mean that someone has to. I don't know who's gonna go off lane then, because it'll be. Because Life Stealer is
Death Prophet off lane, we've seen it before.
I mean, Life Stealer is a good way to deal with the Tiny, but then again, there's the Wyvern there. So
Right.
Wyvern's like gonna make life miserable for the Life Stealer.
You know, I really like the Drow suggestion. Like, it's really bad against Tiny in the mid game, but you just beat them in the lane, right? Okay, Earthshaker is going to be the
so
pick.
someone got promoted to a core. I guess it's the Prophet, or maybe the Earthshaker is the core.
Sure. What does Earthshaker give you? That initiation that I mentioned earlier, or
Not
a
really
defensive stun, I
defensive
guess?
stun, yeah, not really that tanky. Just team fight. Like team fight hero and someone that can. I mean, Earthshaker is
10
pretty decent at
seconds
lanes right now.
remaining.
I feel like you can actually play Earthshaker. You start with Stout Shield and you go to the lane and
5
just tank some
seconds
damage for the off
remaining.
laner.
Mhm.
Because you have more regen right now.
The passive base HP regen.
I mean, it does give them a lot of like ways of counter initiating against because like Wraith King and Tiny, you want to jump and start the fights. So Earthshaker can then see how things go, protect his team, come in with a big echo. I mean, it's a reasonable pick. Like I mentioned, like the last pick feels like I'm not sure what they want to go for. You know, it's like there's no clear good pick. So for Mineski, they see this, they can decide what they want to react to. Are they gonna be happy with the mid Tiny or carry Tiny and pick another good matchup against the DP?
I feel like 4 picks in Mineski is the one that's more advantage in the drafting position. They have
They have a lot of heroes they can pick. Like
Yeah.
maybe I don't know, Tinker can be good here because they don't really have very good ways of
catching him.
catching him. I mean, you can Sprout to give vision, all of that, but lane matchup wise,
Bloodseeker.
You may now
Bloodseeker.
select your heroes.
they have
Okay.
CM. CM Bloodseeker is a really strong combination because when you pick CM, it means every lane is going to be throwing out a lot of spells to harass the enemy team. Everybody's going to be low. Then Bloodseeker will be like, ha! Thank you, team. I'm going to proceed and dominate my lane because of that. And obviously, Bloodseeker is really good counter towards Death Prophet. Because once you pop your ulti, you want to keep chasing and do
Right.
damage. Rupture prevents that from happening. And he deals with the swap as well because you can't swap your teammate because you take damage from Rupture.
And on the offensive side, think about what you could put the buff on. Put on Tiny. Just goes ham and kills you even more.
Yeah,
hero.
it's also pretty good synergy with the Wyvern because you curse maybe like 2 heroes, then you set up for a Blood Rite.
10
Sure.
seconds
I think overall it's a
remaining.
pretty solid pick, a very good last pick there. Good synergy with their
5
lineup,
seconds remaining.
very good at dealing with the enemy lineup. As we mentioned earlier, it's great against Klings as well because Klings you have to rely on the mobility to do damage and kill heroes in the fights, chasing around. The Rupture is gonna make life really difficult for him. So I think if Winstrike doesn't do well in the lanes, they're just gonna be run over. I feel it's very difficult for their heroes to
And what
to do what they want to do in the game. Against
and
the
what's
Bloodseeker.
like the percentage chance of them doing well on the lane? Because I don't feel like they have winning
Yeah,
lanes.
I don't even feel their lanes are better.
Yeah.
I feel like I mean their lanes are not that bad because they have the Prophet and it's going to be a support Prophet with
Yep.
bench. So I think their lanes are quite decent. But Mineski's lanes are also CM and Wyvern. It means there's going to be a lot of spam with the Wraith King. So
Mhm.
I think the Bloodseeker, there's a very good chance. Maybe they're going to draw the other 2 lanes. I think all they need to is like just not lose the top and bottom. I'm not even going to say they want to win the top and bottom lanes. They just need to like go 5-5, and Bloodseeker will just destroy the middle lane because you're gonna get a lot of damage from the Tusk.
Well, you heard it here. Mineski game plan just to do okay in the lane, whereas Winstrike really need to dominate to have a chance because their draft.
And on top of things, Mineski's lanes are actually not that weak. I'm just saying they don't really need to win their lanes to win the game. They just need to draw them and win the mid lane. But if you think about their side lanes, Wraith King and Y, I'm not sure it's gonna. It could be Wraith King and Wyvern. It might not be Wraith King and CM. I think it could be either way. But I would prefer the Wyvern with the Wraith King if you ask me, and CM with the Tiny.
So earlier you were talking about one of the builds that you go for Wraith King is you pick up an early Soul Ring for even more harass.
Oh yeah.
Would you do that with the CM on your team or you skip it?
Not this game. I think the other reason you go Soul Ring is against mana burn, like Weaver, Phantom Lancers.
Right.
So you want to have the Soul Ring to always have your ulti up. But otherwise, I don't think you go for Soul Ring here. I think this game, Soul Ring is not needed on the Wraith King.
Yeah, the 800 gold is actually quite a bit of investment and will delay your Blink Daggers and whatnot.
This game, I think you probably want to have Blade Mail Blink. I think Blade Mail Blink sounds fantastic for me this game. If you're really rich, you can go Radiance. But I think otherwise, the Bloodseeker will be the one to get. Like I think either one of these heroes will be buying Radiance. The other items that he could consider is maybe a Maelstrom. Maelstrom could be good this game too, because there's going to be a lot of Treant. And we'll see Rune battles here about to happen.
Seems like we're going to see a 2-2 split unless...
Prophet is running away though. Like usually Prophet, when you have Prophet, it means that you're going to secure the runes. But what Mineski did here is they brought 3 heroes bot to secure this area. But on the other hand, so they're going to lose the top area. So it's a draw, 2 runes apiece.
Yep.
So, and Japs is going to be the one staying bot.
Double Stout Shield on Tiny. Is this the standard now? Because mathematically, double Stout Shield
great against, I think it's great against like Summon.
Okay.
Like the Prophet. He's expecting a Prophet lane. But Prophet is going to be bottom, so yeah.
That is unfortunate for him. Stun immediately being dropped out here on Silent. Not going to really kill or anything, just
harass.
Good harass, but he's taking way more damage back.
This is the name of the game. They want to harass so that Moon on the Bloodseeker will be able to dominate this thing.
Okay. Oh, another stun flying out.
And look at this. This is so annoying with the... This is how you play the Wyvern support now. You don't get your Q, Arctic Burn at level 1. You get your Splinter Blast on the off lane when you're playing with the off laner. Just spam the lane out, try to get level 2 faster than the enemy, and you do a lot of damage in the process.
I mean, the problem with Arctic Burn was that you use it once and you're just done for a minute.
The cooldown is so long. And top lane, the same thing is going to be done by the bench with the Terra. You Terra and you push out the wave, you try to get level 2 faster. But the bench with the Earthshaker is not like a really scary lane. It's okay, but I don't think they'll be able to dominate the Tiny and the CM too much. I think Tiny and CM should be able to win this lane. And bot lane, I think, because they have the Prophet usually is going to be able to secure the lane. Even though it's against the Wyvern and the Wraith King. The Wraith King is not getting CS. He's so far only gotten 1 creep. The Treant summon is just annoying. Ice here on the Wraith King a lot. So far, I think you almost used up all his regen.
Yeah, Ice already chewed through one of his Mango, has 2 more. What we just saw there is an interaction that we're going to see a lot more this game is that Silent using that strafe to dodge the stuns incoming from Ice. One of the big reasons why we see...
you can also dodge the blast, the Splinter Blast.
Yep.
And
any kind of disjointable projectile.
Yeah, actually talk about it. Their lane is actually... This lane is actually just gonna beat the Wyvern and the Wraith King. Because you can just dodge everything with the strafe.
Well, I mean, one of the downside for the Clinks is that his mana cost is pretty heavy as well. So he can't really spam it too much.
But he's gonna get like stick charges.
Sure, yeah.
Like this is the way he's gonna get all this extra mana that he needs, even though he doesn't have the CM aura. So Arctic Burn spam. Wyvern's gonna be low on mana, so we'll see whether the Crystal Maiden decides to get 1 more point in aura next to help his team. I think it's quite a good option here when you always have the Bloodseeker on your team mid lane.
Yeah, we're gonna see a Magic Missile start things up. Looks like DP does not want to follow through. Did not have the Soul Siphon, so a little unfortunate there.
Yep, so far still even Stevens here in the mid lane. 15 CS apiece on the DP and the Bloodseeker. The nerf is actually quite significant on the passive of the Bloodseeker from the last patch. He's no longer that strong anymore in the early phases. And DP with the Spirit Siphon, you can actually just still stand toe to toe as long as the Bloodseeker doesn't get too much damage.
Yeah, the side lanes are trying their best to actually stack on the damage, but
Yeah, you look at the HP, like everyone is quite healthy except for the Klings right now. So the Bloodseeker is not getting too much damage from the passive.
the funny thing is that, like you mentioned, the laning stage is so important. A lot of these people are just...
Oh, top lane, a toss onto the range creep here. Well played by Mushi on the Tiny, getting the first blood. Like I said, this lane, CM Tiny is going to beat the Earthshaker and the bench.
Looks like it was a run up and a toss back into the range creep, and that was a kill. Looks like we're going to see a port to the mid lane. Moon needs a little bit of regen.
Oh, just TP here to salve him.
I mean...
that's a homie right there.
Laning is super important. He is going to secure one of the runes as well, so...
oh my god. That is how important it is for the Bloodseeker.
Always want to
he couldn't use the courier.
Gonna get chased down, but gonna run up the hill.
So bounty runes coming up in 40 seconds. Teams are already starting to set things up here. You wanna like push out the wave so you can secure the bounty runes in a bit. But so far the laning phase, Bloodseeker and DP going even, and Mineski and Winstrike winning the top and bottom lane one apiece. Obviously bottom lane won by Winstrike and top lane won by Mineski. So quite an even game so far.
And that, going back to what you said in the draft, Mineski is okay with that, whereas Winstrike really need to win harder.
Yep. But we see Isas right here using the skeletons. They're trying to...
Oh, big crit.
He's actually going to go for the kill.
He needs another crit. Won't get it, but forces a TP out. But the runes is going to get secure now.
Yep.
Mineski grabs 3 of them.
3? Oh,
Good. Now Silent...
play.
I mean, he has strafe, so he can dodge a stun. Oh, he baited it out. So...
Jabate and the taunt.
And that's a pretty decent cooldown on that strafe, so...
How long is it?
20 seconds?
Oh, 20 seconds.
Yeah. I like how Klings don't even get Windwalk anymore. You could just use strafe as a defensive mechanism instead.
So what is going to happen in the next couple of days? I guess if you talk about rotations, it's probably just maybe the Prophet TPing to secure a kill mid lane. Like if you can get a kill when the DP is level 6, you kill and pressure a tower, that would be nice.
He has Quelling Blade though, Moon, so it's gonna be hard to use Sprout in a good way.
Yeah, it depends on like the situation. Maybe you can use it to block him instead of trapping him inside the Sprout. But yeah, I get what you mean. It's gonna be difficult for him to try and gank there. So, and top lane as well is not an easy lane to gank because their top lane is their weaker lane, the bench and Earthshaker lane.
Yeah. ED on Moon here, he does have Rupture available. I wonder if he's going to be actively looking for a solo kill. No, Rupture's going to get used immediately. Iceberg will run to his tower.
Just to force maybe some reaction. He knows he can't really kill him.
Okay.
And the bench is here, so...
Yeah. Meanwhile, it looks like Shaker has gone down once again. Mid lane though.
Good
Death
play.
Prophet using the ultimate. Moon is going to just man up on Iceberg.
And he's so fast.
Yeah.
Everyone, like 3 heroes are lower on the enemy team. Now that was, you see the sequence of events. The Rupture made a rotation, made the enemy react and rotate towards middle lane. Once they saw the bench mate, they went on top lane right away because they know top is alone, and they killed the top lane. So these are all the small little things that actually set up kills on other lanes.
Moon getting siphoned up again. The Ghost Lady, the ultimate should be running out, but one more Crypt Swarm is going to get the kill. There's the stick, and Moon's going to get Crypt Swarm down. That's a straight up solo kill. I think he'll make it out of there just fine. Phase Boot deliver as well, so yeah, good solo pickup here by Iceberg.
Yeah, very, very important kill there for Winstrike. Because like I mentioned earlier, the other team that has to do well in the laning phase. Otherwise, they're going to be having a much harder time come to the mid game.
Yeah, you were talking about how the Bloodseeker is a very important part of this Mineski draft, and the fact that he just solo died there without getting the first Rupture kill kind of slows him down a little bit.
Yep. So right now, I think things are going to go back to some farming. So both teams wanting to get some crucial levels on their heroes, and because Death Prophet just used her ultimate, they're probably going to chill for a minute or so, try to get as much farm and levels. I think once Klings has his threats, he's going to start to want to move, and obviously at least a point in the skeleton walk.
All right, straight.
This Klings is just such a
is under attack.
Direct counter in the lane towards his Ray King. You can never land a stun on him.
Well, Skeleton Walk's gonna get used. No, there was a sentry, but not gonna drop it for that one.
Top lane, Mineski proceeding to pressure the lane that they want, bringing the Bloodseeker in as well.
Radiant's top tower.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna just backdoor this tower pretty easily.
Gonna give the last hit to the Tiny.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
He's chosen to max toss. I think I've seen a lot more players max the tree throw right now since the buff. I'm not sure which one is the best.
Maybe because he feels like he has a CM aura, he could be spamming a little bit more.
Yeah, true. But it's still a lot of damage though with the... I'm not sure. Because I don't play Tiny a lot. But I'll just watch how everything plays out. He has Aquila. I guess he's gonna get a Blink this game, or maybe a Shadow Blade. Either one. Which one is better this game?
I feel like Blink gives you so many free pickoffs situation.
Yeah, but Shadow Blade gives you more like scaling potential. I would say bot lane. We see an aggressive move here by Mineski. Ray King has his ultimate, but seems like Jeb's gonna play with his life here. No points in.
Oh, miss uphill. He's gonna just walk away. Another Crypt Swarm should be able to get the kill. Nice. Snipe here from
by the edge of the AC. But because of that movement there,
that was 4 heroes rotating bottom, so Mineski is just gonna pressure top and middle.
and they're gonna get ready the defenses here. CM is ready. PPLT getting popped. Wyvern is gonna move in to try and defend here. 10-minute rune spawning. Very important, the runes.
Always want to fly. Very low as well here. Winstrike trying to TP out.
Oh,
Elfier's going to be dead. He sprouts himself and looks like he will TP out.
He should have just taken the runes, not TP out. The runes are really important.
The rune's more important than your life. That's
as a support. Yeah. Getting the rune is like, for the whole team, it's like nothing if you die. As long as you don't lose too much gold.
Ooh, Nangrata walks right into a sentry. Dusts it up as well.
Oh
But, no mana for Frostbite.
Did Mineski get all the runes?
I want to say they got 3.
Oh, they got 4?
They got all 4.
Yeah, they got all 4. Oh dear, that was a big move that they defended their tier 1. They got all 4 runes. They killed a hero. Things are not looking good right now here for Winstrike. That was the Exorcism pop, so they're gonna have to wait a while before they can be aggressive. Did they actually give the tomb to someone? They need level 6 on the Prophet or the bench ASAP.
Looks like Mushi, by the way, is going to go for that Blink Dagger. If he doesn't die here, Sprout is going to eat out of it, but great Fissure block here. And looks like Always Want to Fly will pick up that kill.
That was quite careless, because they have a ward there, and I guess they smoked, right? I didn't see.
I think Kling's just used Skeletal Walk to...
Okay, then that was careless, because no one was showing in middle and bot. He tried to farm one more wave before he ran away, because he was really close to his blink. Greedy. Paid the price, but at the same time his team is using the space that he created. Ice is pressuring bottom lane with his skeletons, and mid lane's pushed out before that. So they're gonna have double blade mills very soon, which is really good against the DP ultimate. We see a TP in here, but Always Want to Fly trying to catch out Jebs.
Jeb's gonna get stunned, I think, by the missile. Oh, no, Winter's Curse just to use as a disengage. Iceberg coming in, no Yule Scepter just yet.
They're bringing in way too many heroes right now. And you see, because they are overcommitting on this, even if the Wyvern dies is whatever, they get so much space in the middle and top. And Tiny has a blink right now. This is not a good kill for Winstrike. And they're gonna lose, what?
Wait,
what did he die to? The skeletons?
The skeletons, yeah. What? I just looked away, I'm like, oh yeah, he's fine.
Those things do a lot of damage.
Yeah. Looks like Blade Mail is finished on the Tiny, or sorry, on the Grave King, like you mentioned. An immediate smoke here by Mineski. They do have to blink on Mushi.
And they have a ward on the CM. They're gonna place an aggressive ward, and they're gonna try to kill
Silent, I guess. Hero. Yeah, Silent's absolutely dead. Blink, Avatar's back. They were thinking about using Rupture.
They would have been perfect if he got the Rupture off there. Instant
a very stylish kill.
Yep. Very stylish kill. Points for style. But doesn't matter, they got the job done, so they still got the kill. Disregarding the style points.
So if you're Mineski, what are you looking to do to kind of press the advantage? Are we looking to take tier 2 towers? Are we looking at Roshan?
Roshan definitely something that they want to look out for. If the DP doesn't have ultimate, then basically right now they have to play around Iceberg's ultimate. Okay. When Iceberg has ultimate, try to dodge
Nice Shield Scepter, but here comes Wraith King and the zombie. He's gonna be right on Always Wanna Fly. Mushi will land that stun as well. He's gonna trade at least 1-for-1. The magic stick keeping Mushi alive for now. The Vengelusia chasing him down, but now it's going the other way. Iceberg gonna get huge crit down. No Fear is about to go down. Looks like the Moon should be able to pick it up. No, he's gonna just TP home. Ice. We'll cancel that TP. At the end of the day, though, Mushi survives all of that. Picks up 3 more kills for the team.
This is the main difference with like Tiny getting such a good game and the Klings. Like the carries, if you look at the comparison of the carries, the Tiny is doing a lot more work than the Klings. And Klings is the one that he has to move around to, when DP doesn't have ulti, he has to be the one moving around to try to, because Earthshaker is trying to farm his Blink.
Right.
So one of the cores always needs to try and make space and do something. If everyone is farming, somebody is gonna die. That's basically my rule of thumb. You cannot have every single core trying to farm at the same time.
Good deny here by Silent on the ward. And to be fair, I don't feel like this is a particularly good
bot lane. Mushi gonna get a solo kill here possibly.
Very tanky. Oh, the tree toss not gonna be enough.
That would have been a really big kill, but he bought his blink.
Yeah.
So just in the nick of time here, you can see the pressure that this Tiny with this early blink is putting onto Winstrike.
He might get punished once again for a little bit of greed. Always Wanna Fly coming in. There's that magic missile. There's a minus armor. Mushi gonna go down. Even swap being used.
Yeah, a bit too greedy there. He just tried to kill the Earthshaker.
Iceberg now runs into jab. Shield Scepter puts him up in the air. Looks like Wyvern's gonna go down. She flies over the hill. Blink Fissure is gonna miss. Curse thought about using it. Jab's gonna run up the hill just fine. Maybe Prophet could come in and snipe him down. It looks like he's gonna TP home, recognizing that.
Mushi has been playing quite sloppy his last few minutes. The 2 deaths that he gave away actually gave Winstrike a lot.
Meanwhile, Ninja Boogie runs right into No Fear, who took the bounty rune away from him. Frostbite into Freezing Field. Not enough lucky bounces or lucky procs to get that one.
So the Prophet is building a Necro Book. So they are planning to push and try to play around the DP ultimate. Oh, big kill there onto the Echo Stem, onto the Bloodseeker. So they have to get the ball rolling right now. Kill tower, pressure, play around the DP ultimate, and the Necro Book coming out from the Prophet soon.
Necrobook always a good item to pressure Wraith King mid lane. Wraith King's gonna pop that Blade Mail, but that's gonna be his first life forfeited. Anybody porting in to help him out? Looks like that won't be the case here. Silent Fissure is gonna be there as well. And that is gonna be a wasted Wraith King ultimate. Tiny comes in a little bit too late. Might be in a little bit of trouble himself. Winter's Curse being set up here. Oh, Freezing Field. Or sorry, Frost Nova's gonna pick up the 1 kill. And then the Winter's Curse setting up another as well. Ninja Boogie taking a ton of damage here from Silent, but the heal from Wyvern, that Fissure pretty good though. Isolating Crystal Maiden away, but Crystal Maiden actually picks up the kill on the other end. And Avatar's back into jabs, and Nangrata is going to go down. So it seems like all these chaotic fight really helping out Mineski, and Bloodseeker wasn't even in any of that.
He died earlier.
Yeah.
What he did was just gave vision for the CM to frostbite the Klings in the pit. But the 2 supports, you can see here, the CM and the Wyvern, creating a huge amount of slow and AoE damage during the fight with the Nova, the Freezing Field, the Curse. And Wraith King just like took too long to die.
Yeah. I thought that the team rotated a little bit too slowly, but
they just didn't have enough burst there to kill because they didn't have Echo Stem. They used Echo Stem earlier in the bot lane to kill the Bloodseeker, so they didn't have that burst damage there. You see how they are skilling this bench. He's maxing his auras and the Terror, so this is just telling us the story that Winstrike wants to group up, take towers, and try to end the game ASAP.
Yep.
And with the Necrobook on the Prophet, like you mentioned, pretty good against the Wraith King. Before Wraith King has level 20, so he's always going to be susceptible to that mana burn and rendering his ultimate useless. But I mentioned this before, if you're really worried about that, you could just get a Soul Ring.
Sure.
A smoke here, they're going to pop the smoke. Sentry, dead hero.
Freezing Field is going to be there. Prophet completed that TP. I don't think he wants to be in here.
Maybe he wants to. Here's the backup.
Okay, well, now Crystal Maiden in a little bit of trouble. Crystal Maiden, though, pretty tanky. Mushi comes back in, and here comes a Bloodseeker. It is going to be A big rundown. Look at how fast Mood is running. Gonna go in the bottom lane. That is a Shaker being surrounded from all sides. No respect to that Echo Slam. Now everyone's gonna pour back out. It's gonna be a defense up on top. They're gonna catch the Death Prophet as well.
Yep.
All over the map. Mineski dominating.
Good setup there. The Wyvern was like camping the top lane. Curse set up the TPs because he knows that his team just lost the fight. I mean, Winstrike just lost the fight bottom, so the other hero is not going to want to go back to the fight. He's going to try to farm and split push wherever he can and just sets up an all-important kill there for his team. Well played by Jabs there.
And now I feel like the map has shrunk to a point where Winstrike can't really play their heroes anymore. They are building their items for a group up and push, but really hard to do it when you're losing so many team fights so early on.
Yeah, just the difficulty of their lineup.
Yeah.
That's why I said they have to do really well on their lanes. And coming off 50, what happened was the laning phase went 50-50.
Yeah.
And Mineski's heroes are just better later at team fighting. And Tiny having this great start that he had, putting on so much. Even though he was sloppy at times, he gave away kills unnecessarily. But still, you could see the impact of Tiny putting on the enemy team. You're supposed to, you know, with Prophet push out the lanes all the time. But you see the Prophet, like No Fear is really scared. You know, it's like he can only push from with his creeps. He doesn't know where's the Tiny because he died so easily to the gank from Tiny alone. And the vision here, if Mineski can just put deep vision in, that would be great for them. That's the next thing that I want to accomplish. Have deep vision on across the lanes, I would say.
Ninja checking the high ground ward. Meanwhile, there's a smoke up here for Winstrike, but it does not seem like they know where they want to go. Nice Gant catching.
They have to win a fight here with all the ultimates of the Echo and the DP ultimate. If they can win a fight now and transition into Roche, that would be perfect for them. And Mineski has to be careful for that, to not allow that to happen. Maybe Wraith King can just run around, try to bait with the ultimate. 20-minute runes, Mineski's gonna pick up the 2 top runes. No Fear's gonna TP bot.
He takes one and just runs.
Yeah, he's so scared.
Yeah,
like, he doesn't see anything. Look at that vision. There's like one ward in the middle lane. That's about it.
Yeah.
They don't see anything at all in the map.
That tiny factor. Oh god, I pressed the Radiant Vision.
Top lane, silent. Gets away in the nick of time.
I will take a quick moment to switch the hotkey back for visions.
In the meantime, don't worry, nothing's happening. So everyone's just like scared because both teams' vision don't really see the enemy heroes. So they are both very cautious at the moment. And Ice finds, oh, there's still a bounty rune here.
Yeah. Well, because No Fear was so afraid to. He needs to change his name after this game because
I saw that coming.
All right, can we talk about the Radiance? You mentioned that Ice can go into it or the Bloodseeker. So why do you think it's better this game for Ice to build it instead of the Bloodseeker?
And whoever is richer.
Okay.
But I guess because the Bloodseeker went for, he feels like he needs a BKB to fight.
Sure.
And Wraith King, you don't really need BKB on Wraith King.
I mean, technically the mana burn is a cause for concern, but they're ahead.
Then you can tell these guys, no problem.
Yeah.
I buy Radiance, I farm to level 20, I click on my right talent. Voila. I am not afraid of mana burn anymore.
All right. Aeon Disc picked up here on Iceberg.
Yep. Pretty good solution against the Tiny because you don't want to get busted right away.
Always want to fly. Runs right into the crowd of Dire Heroes. Mineski will get the insta-kill. Any attempt to go into Roshan just yet for Mineski, you think?
But it's still dangerous when DPS ultimate or Shaker's ultimate.
Sure, Jabs running right into Silent. That is going to be a free pickoff. Blink Dagger, by the way, on the Winter Wyvern. Pretty standard kind of luxury build for the position for support.
Yeah, you definitely need the item on that hero because you want to land a good curse. You'll have to have a positioning item. And mid lane,
Death Prophet.
Rupture on Death Prophet.
Oh no.
He's popped already.
It's a very bad position, just away from his team. Still at half HP though, doing quite a bit with his ultimate, but not going to be enough here. Moon picks up the kill, regains quite a bit of HP, and this is that Bloodseeker team fight that you're talking about. Pretty good ultimate on the back line here, but Shaker a little bit too late to the party, and Mineski gonna get a clean 5-0. They could get a tier 2 if they want. They can get Roche if they want.
That was like 4 against 5, right? Because Wyvern was dead from the start.
Yeah, and the problem is that even though it was 4 against 5, Winstrike came in. Like, we're gonna look at that replay one more time. It's Death Prophet 1 versus 4, and then Silent 1 versus 4, and then Shaker 1 versus 4. even though you had the number advantage, the way that they came in was just not optimal.
It's just the matchup, bro. Like we discussed earlier during the draft. Like Bloodseeker limits a lot of the damage potential on like DP and things. When you get ruptured, you're not gonna do damage. That's what happened then. Iceberg got ruptured, he couldn't move. He did a really good job at staying alive for a long period of time. But he's the damage dealer.
Sure.
And if he's not doing damage, then how are they killing heroes? And that was a 4 in 5. This shows a lot about how much Mineski's lineup counteracts Winstrike's heroes with this Bloodseeker pick.
Yeah, the Bloodseeker also kind of takes away the Venge save, right? Because normally in that case, Venge is like, yeah, we swap you out, but...
Oh, you want to swap him out? Sure.
Thanks for the damage, bro.
Basically, what they can hope for right now is they have to try and, when they have their next set of ultimates up, they need to get a jump, initiate the start a fight with the Earthshaker. That's the best case scenario. Take one hero out and take the fight from there.
Yeah, technically they do have enough physical damage to burst anybody down with the clings.
If they get the jump.
Yeah, if they get the jump. Like, if they get a Blink Fissure.
But they don't want to go on ice. They want to go on everyone else.
Yeah.
And when they're going on anyone else, they have to make sure they deal with the Wyvern as well. Because otherwise the Wyvern will just save the guy getting jumped on.
Silent just takes that double damage right away from Mushi.
It's just so difficult for them to get a favorable fight because of how their lineups match up against each other. And now Radiance completed on the Wraith King. Oh boy, and he has a gem too. So Winstrike, do they have any big items coming up next? Klings still quite far from BKB. Death Prophet doesn't feel like he's going to be able to get anything soon. I mean, I'm not sure though. Even the BKB doesn't feel like it's gonna change too much because you're gonna get ruptured and you're not moving.
Right. Do you think maybe Aeon Disc would be a little bit, or not Aeon Disc, Lincoln Sphere rather?
But the thing is, he's also worried about the stuns from the Tiny and the Kling.
Sure.
Like because he has to use the Strafe to kill heroes, then he won't have it to dodge the stun from the Red King. And there's also the boss bite which you can't dodge.
Tiny.
This bench is like free kill the whole game.
We said in the draft, this is a pretty free game for Tiny, and we're just seeing it over and over.
Yeah, Tiny feels like he's gonna be a really strong pick so far. I know like the few days before I left to come over to Vancouver, I've really been seeing a lot of like the week before I left, a lot of like Tiny picks in pubs. I feel like the buff has actually made the hero quite viable and quite strong.
What are the specific buffs?
On the tree throw, the splash, and because the meta is also favoring laning phase and deny, you can always deny creeps with the tree throw and the tree grab. I mean, he's just generally really suitable in the meta. He's pretty good 2-1-2 hero.
Mineski laying a trap here on the mid lane. See Shaker popping out. Uh-oh, not like this here. Blink, Avatar's the Enchant Totem helping out a little bit. But now Crystal Maiden comes in, sets up another kill from Mushi. And they maybe think about high ground, always want to fly, barely runs up the hill into safety.
Look at where the Prophet is farming, the Nature's Prophet.
Safest place, man, in their jungle.
That's when you know the game is going bad.
They don't even care about him. As he tries to like creep skip and
we have
all
a
that
creep
stuff.
wave here and they have glyph. They can glyph if they need to.
Okay, they run up the hill. Nice kind of a nuke here. Picks up the creep wave.
They should have actually glyphed when Prophet ultimate there.
Yeah,
I mean the dire offensive.
Dire offensive was gifted.
They had glyph, right? Yeah, they have glyph.
Yeah, they're gonna stun here, silence. They will get the tier 3, and I think that's all they could get.
Yep, they can't push.
Okay. Curse for the retreat.
They have the lane, the creep at top lane, so they can still continuously pressure.
I mean, they could probably just go back, take the shrines, wait a little bit.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Roshan is still... They still have Aegis, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think they are waiting for anything. Brave King has 4k gold. I mean, having
for how
AC...
Yeah.
If they have AC now, that would be nice, but I think Tiny wants the AC.
Yeah.
For the reasons that we mentioned earlier during the draft. Just...
So they're going for another AC on the Bloodseeker.
Okay, double AC.
I mean, the Radiant lineup is all about physical damage.
Sure.
So why not?
Alright, smoked up here, Mineski. Cutting across the jungle. They're walking uphill without any vision. Meanwhile, Jabs is setting up a Blink Curse, so if he sees a couple of heroes...
Still on cooldown, 20 seconds.
JK. Oh, that is going to be Nangrata in a lot of trouble. Nice offensive yield here. Mushi missing that avalanche. Toss and swap away. Ninja Boogie, no point. They really want that Shaker, and looks like they're not going to get anybody. Shaker still running away. Blink getting cancelled by the urn. He needs some very good juke. Nova giving vision. And Freezing Field gonna get enough slow. That's gonna be only one kill. Not that bad, honestly, for the team. But now Ice finds Iceberg.
Who is the real Ice? I have 3. You have 1. You run away from me. But in the meantime, No Fear gets the career kill, but he used his Necrobook for that. So if the enemy pushes, he won't have it to defend the base.
They're doing a very good job keeping the Creequilibrium really far out, so hard for Mineski to push.
But they still need to have a plan on how to win the game, you know?
I mean, step 1 to winning the game is not losing, so.
True.
Confucius once said.
David Zhang once not Confucius.
To win the game, you don't lose. And No Fear is doing a very good job.
If you keep the game alive, there's always a chance.
Yeah, there you go.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
I mean, I guess you play for the second Roche, right? You delay, you win one big team fight in front of Roche.
I think it's the same thing, you know. They have to get a jump, kill someone important, because they have the burst if they get the jump.
Yeah. Oh, do they? Clinks is not with them. They definitely need the Clinks for anything. Okay. They will find a CM, but not just a CM. Oh, the curse is gonna be there! The heal on Ninja! I mean, they will lose Ninja, I think. Or will they? Ice coming in. Nice Ghost Scepter as well. And now Bloodseeker gets 1 kill. TP up on Silent. He will make it home, barely. Blink forward on Iceberg. Iceberg has BKB, so he can easily dodge that Avalanche if he needs to. But man, like you said, if you focus on one person, you need to be careful of the Wyvern. And the Blink Wyvern just...
But the thing is, like, they don't see the Wyvern, so
right.
There's nothing they could have done there. They have no vision on the Wyvern.
It is so hard to play against this Mineski lineup.
Speed push, I guess. If you can't fight them face on, head on, you just try to push out all the lanes. But right now, there's no speed push going on. They are forced to defend. Earthshaker is up. He has Echo Slam, and DP has level 3 Exorcism. They have to try and take a fight.
Skeletons going right onto the Rax. Man, look at the damage. Rax is going to go down just a skeleton.
He took the talent, 35 skeleton damage.
That seems to be the default talent choice these days, right?
Yeah, but I think the strength can also be good. Like certain games, I feel like 15 strength is a lot of HP and damage for Red King.
Sure. I also am curious whether he's going to take the more skeleton talent this game, or does he respect the Necrobook? I mean, so far he hasn't really been dying.
Yeah, because they never take team fights because they can't fight. So I think the skeletons could be a good selection here this game to end the game faster. And he's gonna have Aghanims as well.
Winstrike looking to go on Moon, Blink, Echo Slam.
Oh, he got stunned.
Oh, good vision. And a silence afterwards. Wyvern will blink out though. Here comes Mushi on the backline. Mushi gonna take quite a bit of damage. Activates the BKB, now runs towards the team Iceberg. This is a pretty good team fight for Winstrike. All things considered so far. Ninja Boogie, big ultimate, but not doing enough. Mineski is gonna lose Mushi as well. This is a team fight that you've been talking about all game long, and it looks like they're gonna find it. There's a Blink Curse. They will get the 1 kill.
Yep, that was really good. I don't think he had vision there, but it was just like the fissure.
Lucky fissure.
That got the Wyvern behind. He just intended to stun the Bloodseeker, but he got the Wyvern. So they were able to, like, this is what I say, this is the only way they can actually win a fight. They kill somebody, they jump with Earthshaker, they kill him right away, and they somehow disable the Wyvern at the same time, and they take the fight from there.
CM buys back thinking that maybe Winstrike would have been Roshing, or... And regardless, No Fear continue to put more pressure here. Now I feel like Winstrike needs maybe 2 more of those team fights, or at least a team fight into it, getting an Aegis for themselves.
They definitely have the potential of killing the Roche easily with their lineup. But I mean, I see he's gonna be really careful after that happen. Like, it's gonna be a lot of it on this Wyvern's positioning. But since he has a dagger, realistically, how many times is he actually gonna get caught?
Yeah, it's
unless they see him with a ward, maybe. But they have a gem on the... I think they have a... I remember they had a gem. Yeah, Red King has a gem. As long as they make sure they control the vision well. that shouldn't happen. Like you said, Ninja Boogie getting stalked here by the Clinks, but he has a Ghost Scepter.
Yeah, he should be fine.
Necro Book.
Alright, immediate Ghost TP out. He's fine. And of course he has the Aeon. I think he just bought the Aeon at the shop.
Did
Like
he?
he had the recipe in his backpack.
That sucks.
That is some quick buying.
Don't think he would have died anyway.
Yeah, I think he would have been fine.
In the meantime, always wanna fly. Dead again. 13.
Venge life. Walking up to D ward and dies.
No, that's not bench now. That's always wanna fly life this game. It doesn't matter if he's playing bench or any other hero against those kind of lineup at
Yeah.
the position 5. You're
Position
gonna die.
5, yeah.
And the game going this bad, you're gonna just be. Basically, right now they have to try and do the same thing that happened there. They have to try and jump a call, the Tiny or the Bloodseeker, kill him right away, take the fight from there.
Well, how does Aghanim Scepter change that, right? Because if Aghanim Scepter on Wraith King, I mean, like once he buys that, sure, you can maybe blow 1 or 2% up, but you still lose a team fight because
the guy has 7 seconds to come.
Yeah.
So.
I think it's still like Rupture or Avatos or whatever, you know. Man, they're doing a very good job sniping couriers. That's for sure. But
I think that's the second career kill this game. But it's not going to stop them from losing the game as of right now, unless they can find a big team fight. But it's going to be a Aegis refresher. Who has the refresher?
no, that was just second Roche.
Oh, second Roche?
Yeah,
oh.
Aegis Cheese, Cheese on the Bloodseeker, Aegis on Tiny. Yeah, Tiny by the way has a Moonshard too. Not double AC.
Wraith King went for a heart instead of the alien.
Oh, interesting. Why heart?
Just a tank absorbing all the damage. I don't think I've ever seen heart on Wraith King.
That to me feels kind of like one of those pub builds. You're winning so hard.
You know, if you buy heart, I'd rather have Octarine Core.
Sure.
Because you have Radiance, and Octarine Core reduces the cooldown on your ultimate as well, so it makes it so annoying. I don't know, I think he knows that the game is more or less in the bag, so he's just trying out stuff. Oh, look who he found!
Hey, look at that! These zombies.
So did he get the... which talent did he go?
He went for the skeleton.
And he's going for a second part, according to his quick buy.
I mean, why not? Alright, Mineski gonna push both lanes at once. And they're just walking straight up the hill. Not too sure what Winstrike could do about this. Lincoln's finish on the Death Prophet, but looks like a little bit too late. Iceberg popping that BKB, running right in. Ice, no care in the world. In fact, just runs right into Iceberg. Ninja Boogie on the back line. I mean, Iceberg letting the full ultimate going, but kills nothing. Iceberg still in the front line, doing quite a bit. Blinking back in is no fear. Ninja Boogie looks like he will eventually go down to the ghost. Pops a freezing field before he dies. And finally, Mushi blinks in, tossing him away, trying to get the kill. We'll get it with a tree toss. Mineski's like, yeah, we're gonna still stay in here. Venge goes down one more time. Mineski will retreat for now.
Yeah, they're waiting for Daryl to have his ultimate up again. 15 seconds before he has reincarnation. And DP doesn't have ultimate.
Yep. They just essentially outlast Winstrike. No fear. Honestly, this Prophet pick has done a lot for the team, but...
Which Prophet?
Nature's Prophet. Death Prophet has felt like not done as much.
I don't know, I feel the Death Prophet actually did more though.
Okay. I mean, I guess he's really all the damage in the fight.
Yeah, he's the damage. Like,
yeah.
Still. The Prophet can't really function very well because they didn't really do that. They didn't have a decisive advantage in the laning phase. The laning phase went 50-50 even.
I mean, Prophet, Nature's Prophet is about to finish a Hex, so that's pretty decent. Although, I feel like Winstrike's issue...
Yeah, you disable the hero.
Yeah.
How are you gonna kill
Yeah, I was gonna say, Winstrike's issue is not disable, but more so just raw damage output.
I actually rather he have some, like a Vessel maybe. Vessel would have been nice too. Like, no one built an urn on the Radiant team.
Yeah. Silent also, by the way...
Oh, sorry, the bench had an urn. But
Silent also has a Hex finish. Yeah, when the problem with the always want to fly building an urn is you're never gonna get a Vessel.
Yeah, but it doesn't change the way the they approach the combat, right? If they go on someone and it's not the Wyvern, he freezes him, then what?
Well, so maybe now you get to go on them and the Wyvern simultaneously, right? You hex the Wyvern as you're going on someone else.
Yeah.
Really hard to execute.
Yeah, very hard because he has a blink. As long as he plays his cards right, he keeps his distance and they have a gem. It's very unlikely that will happen. But we'll see.
Ice, hexed up in the front line, tanking it all with his heart. Looks like he will get nothing triggered just fine because he's got the Wyvern backup. Yeah, just Halberg the iceberg. And keeps on going, blinking in. Nice baiting out on the BKB. Ice, still looking very healthy. Jabs, very patient on the back line. Ice. Triggering that. Nice defensive toss back out.
Walking in front of the enemy team.
Yeah.
Give a shit.
Oh, but there is going to be a blink hex, and that is going to be a kill on the Crystal Maiden.
Yep.
Again, Ice still has that second line. That heart just really paying huge dividends here. Tanking absolutely everything in the front line.
And by the way, Wyvern has Aghanim. Just
okay. For what? I guess sieging? I'm not even sure. I don't think that's a good Aghanim game, honestly.
They're just going meme items like heart on Wraith King, and then the Wraith King building a second heart, Wyvern building Aghanim, over like Refresher.
Oh, look at him. Jab just flying in on the left side. Yeah, he can fly back out if he wants. He turns it off. Fly, Jabs. Meanwhile, back in the mid lane here, it's going to be another Hex Moon in quite a bit of trouble here without his Wyvern friend. Meanwhile, I heard a curse going on the back line here. Ice, getting the crit, getting the kill. They want the Shaker just walking away. This is turning into a very meme game at the TI stage. Nice defensive Yules, dodging quite a bit of stuns here, but no running away from here with this Blink Dagger disabled by the Radiance. And,
okay, great. He's going to buy his heart.
second heart on Ice.
I mean, he has to go.
Oh, he even eats a cheese?
Okay, this game.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
I mean, they know the game's over. You know?
Yeah. They're not calling GG because it's TI, but you know, the game is... Yeah, there's a GG. Mineski, a dominant victory.
But not clean. Dominant, but not clean.
But not clean, true. They had the drafting advantage, and honestly, you could probably make a case that Mineski is probably the better team.
I agree.
But Mineski fans should desire a little bit more for